Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Natalie's going to be with us in just a minute, and now that we've decided to move the tiny house up on top of the hill, Natalie and I are going to figure out exactly where to put it. This is our turkey, whose name is Turkey, as far as I know. Does she still have the band? Yeah, she still has a bandage on. We got to take that bandage off today, I believe. It's getting kind of gross. She got a broken toe from the horse, and she's been recuperating. She got her toe splinted by the large animal vet, and she's been recuperating in the house, but she has to get outside because she has to get her winter plumage real soon. All right, so let's grab this marking paint, tape measure, marking paint, and I will record some dimensions. So, oh, you're gonna have to move your car. All right, we'll get that done, and then we'll measure the 33 feet from the center of the road.
Come on, Turkey!
How you doing, Turkey?
I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful.
This is the car that we just fixed. It's really bizarre how they run. I think they run completely off electricity for a while, then they start up. It's just really odd if you're used to a normal car. Yep, saved $4,000 by fixing that battery ourselves. So the first thing we got to do is measure 33 feet from the road. That is the setback, and where did it come to? I think it came to way back here, so probably gonna come to right about here. Here you go, honey. Nope, there you go. Right to the center. Okay, yeah, 33 feet is right there. I'll get that marked real quick. Did you bring the marking paint? All right.
Yeah, that gives me plenty of room to park in front of it.
Yeah. And I guess that may work out real good if we were just to put the foundation just straight back. Then you would have two parking spots in front. You and a friend can park there. It's got to go behind that, so if it goes straight back, like we were talking about in the car, if it's closer to this side, then you have much more usable space. Your view is this way.
If it like goes to here before it starts going uphill, really, like this, or even where it is now. Just...
Right, like I said, just go straight back, which would put the back right about here. Looks like we got some kind of critter digging in our lawn here. Well, that wouldn't be bad. Then, to continue it back here, that would bring you, yeah, we would have to measure that out. Well, you're actually not going to come a full, that barn is 12 feet. 12 feet this direction.
Yeah.
So you would come, all right, let's figure that out real quick, because we're going to be extending the roof on the shed there, and that's going to come right to the corner back here.
Oh, shit.
But I think you got plenty of room. let's just measure back from this line. If you can grab the very end of that, we need about 24 feet. Let me reel this in a little bit. Okay, so at 24 feet, we're right here. That leaves plenty of room for the extension onto the shed. That's going to end up over there. And like we talked about, if you were to go with a L off the back, or even just a bump out right into here.
What I'm thinking, seeing it, is like the normal barn, and then another 12 by 12, and then
10 by 12.
I'm thinking 12 by 12.
Well, we got to match the back of the barn.
Okay, so then...
Unless you have, well, even if you have a walkway, it's gotta go under these eaves. So you can't really come out further than that without clipping the edge of these eaves.
Yeah, maybe like a little breezeway that's like 8 by 4 or something, just to get it out.
And then a bigger building back here.
Yeah, and then a bump out. I'm kind of thinking if we did, maybe even on this, a bump out for the kitchen that came out, and there was just a doorway with a bunch of windows, and then you just had the kitchen, so you walk in and it would just look over the horses.
Well, we'll have to put that on paper and see what it does, because you got a roof line that you got to match up with as well.
And then with that going in more, then you can't really put it here. So if you just had a smaller breezeway.
Yeah, you could go with, because this is 10 feet wide. If you went with 8 feet wide, came in, or, even 8.5 feet, if you just came in, and you could actually put a shed roof on it that goes up at an angle, but that's problematic as well, because, unless you went the 8 feet wide, because if you go in a foot and then go straight up, you could put an angled, like a shed roof on there instead of a peaked roof, and then just make a passageway with seats and stuff, kind of like a breezeway like we built on the house.
Or would there be enough room to make it 6 feet instead of 4? And then I could make that the kitchen, so you walk through
6 feet instead of 4.
Like 8 by 6. And then maybe instead of doing 12 feet that way, I could do 10 feet or something like that and just have it longer the other way. Or...
Yeah, you can. Next year we're cutting in, you could see the edge of the hill is now right here.
Yeah.
We're going to be cutting straight from where that pedestal is now. We're going to be cutting the rest of this hill out right through here, and then cutting into the hill this way and that way and squaring this off. So this will be the top of a concrete wall, kind of like the one we have over there.
Yeah.
Right over here. So you could, if this was pulled straight back, you would have this space right here all the way up to, well, you can go past the 24. You could go probably to 28 feet right here, which would give you 14
feet. And then how much space?
Or no, 16 feet. Give you an extra 16 feet, and then you wouldn't have a whole lot here, because
I'd have the 10 already, and then I'd probably have another.
You'd have 12 feet for the barn,
yeah,
plus 18 or 16 feet back to here.
I'm talking about width though. 10 feet this way. So then how much extra space?
This right here is going to be, well, you could actually go all the way over to the wall. if you wanted to, and then just, I mean, you could put stairs going down to the lower level as well.
So like maybe, let's see, uh, another 6 feet or something like that.
In which area?
This way.
This way? I think you can get more than that. I think you can get at least 10 feet. You know, that's 10 feet wide. If that's just turned a bit to go more parallel with the road, you could see it's at kind of an angle here. That would make the back or the side of it right in here somewhere. And you probably got
a bunch of room.
Yeah, you could have 15 feet there. And if you create that L here, that'll block off the view of the neighbors. And
yeah, that's actually, yeah, that if it just goes straight back and then I create an L, okay.
but you would have to figure out the roofs.
Yeah.
Because you would have several different, unless you just did a normal L and had the same roof line on the whole thing. It's not as interesting looking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make this back part 2 stories if you wanted to. You could actually have the back part the full width and just have this part right here more of a walkway, and have the back part full width and go all the way that way, and have that back part, you know, 14 feet wide and 2 stories.
That would be awesome.
Be a lot more work, but it would be pretty cool.
That would look awesome. And then you could, to get the 2 stories, you could do the little breezeway. I really like that idea.
All right, so basically you would have the barn here, breezeway with either a flat roof or a semi-flat roof.
Yeah, flat roof would be cool.
Yeah, they're difficult. Well, this would be tiny, so you could actually do a deck on top if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as hard as on the main house.
Right.
But if you only came out like if you did it 8 by 8 feet and then had a much bigger structure on the back going this way.
Yeah. And then that way you could do, like, walk in, this could be the kitchen, go through the breezeway, which could just be benches, and then the bottom part of that could be a living room, and then have the little
bottom part of this back part?
Yeah. And then have those little stairs that you can make a closet and stuff.
Yeah.
And stairs going up to a bedroom up there.
Well, your breezeway, if you have benches on both sides, you can have all your storage under there.
That's a really good idea.
Well, that's what we're going to do in that breezeway at some point.
That actually,
if you,
the breezeway creates.
Yeah, if you put benches full width, so if this is 8 feet and your benches are,
2 feet wide,
they wouldn't really need to be that wide. So your benches would come into here, then you would have a nice wide pathway, and with the benches on both sides you could have, you know, if you wanted to have people over, you could have 8-10 people in there fairly comfortable, and your kitchen would be right there, and you could have people sitting there too.
Yeah.
And you could have people in the back part, all within view of each other.
And I could do some sort of like folding table to go between the benches, so you could have like a little breakfast nook, or take the table down and make it normal.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
You could also, this is a pretty big space. I don't know if you'd want it all kitchen, or if you could probably do
kitchen,
breakfast nook in the kitchen, and you could have something in here that pops up or something for like more formal dining if you had a few people over.
Yeah, or I could honestly, if we're doing the full thing and this is just the kitchen, I have plenty of room to put like a round little table in there with 4 chairs or something.
Yeah.
So that works out really well.
Yeah, we just got to figure out the thing we got to do this year is just get this onto a foundation, and we can do the rest of the foundations at a different time and nail down the details.
Yeah, I think we should just get, if we can get this onto the foundation, and if there's time, we skin it and work on getting this part done, and then next summer work on the back part.
Yeah, the only problem is if we bring it to that point right there,
Yeah.
that's under the barn, and we would have to move the barn again to do the foundation.
But
If we were to do the foundation starting right here, or just cut these off and do the foundation right here, we would be able to use a big strap and just pull this right onto the foundation.
it's so much easier. I mean, you're only losing 4
This,
feet.
yeah, this thing is falling apart. Yeah, and when they plow and stuff, you really want that
Yeah.
that extra space. But
Yeah.
that's gonna cut down your space back here a little bit.
But I feel like not that much, because then you go back 4 feet. How far is it back here?
Well, actually, just reel that in a bit, and we'll just go from here. I think you're reeling it the wrong way.
Turkey.
All right, come over this way a little bit. So about right there.
That is 27 feet.
Okay, so 12 feet for that barn, 8 feet, so 20, so that would only leave you 7 feet back here. Well, that's to there. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do some thinking on this.
Yeah.
That roof actually comes down, and it'll end right in here. And I don't know if you want to be that close to it.
Yeah. It's my watch. It's my watch.
Yeah. That's going to be a real dilemma, figuring out what to do with this barn until we're ready to move it into its final location. I was hoping that we could just slide it back, but if we're going with that big of a building back here, or actually any size, if you only got 7 feet and we only have 4 feet to play with, it would only be 11 feet to start with.
Yeah.
Even if it was right here and you went 8 feet, well, it can't be right there.
Right.
It's got to move back. We may have to just refigure how we're going to do this. This roof can be further in as well. We could go 8 feet in with that roof, because this is the easiest way to do it, to just build a foundation right behind this.
Yeah.
And slide it onto it.
If we have to move it forward to put it at the 30 feet mark, or 33 feet, or whatever it is, from the center of the road, we're going to have to go through a lot.
All right. Even at that, we still have to like build ramps, whatever it takes to slide this on there. And if we use the sono tubes, then you have a sono tube on each corner, and you would have to fill in that space between them. We might want to do that, just put 4x6s in between the sono tubes and bolt them down to it, and then just slide it on there, and then connect the building right to those.
Yeah.
Use them as ramps to get it on there, and as the final foundation.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea. Oh.
All right. Okay, well, looks like we got a plan, and this year, basically, hopefully we can get it done. We're still waiting for the contractor to come and drill them holes over there. I don't know if I would be able to get this laid out and get holes drilled over here as well at the same time. It would be nice, but I would have to get that done today. I don't know if he's coming today. But one thing we do have to do is we got to cut the ends off of this skid and then kind of figure out how we're going to ramp this onto that. Yeah, this should be real interesting. Okay, well, we got a plan. She was trying to juke for the dog and messed up a little bit. Hey, what are you doing? You coming after me? Come on.
Come on, Turkey. Come on, Turkey.
Yeah, we got to get the bandage off this thing.
Run, Turkey, run.
She can go back outside now. Okay, I think we may have this figured out. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, but we've looked at these things called diamond piers, and those don't require any concrete. We may be able to use those and get those in right here, and I believe those just have like a saddle bracket on the top that we can put like a 4x6, put them here, there, here, and there, and then have a 4x6 running across, and then just drag this right onto it. Yeah, it's gonna be real hairy, but I think we'll be able to do it. There's also square piers for post frame buildings. They're precast concrete, and I believe those have a bracket on the top as well. So what we would do is just cut this stuff off right here, get those dug into the ground with the bracket holding a 4x6 or whatever, and again, just slide this right on. Yeah, we want to get that part done before winter, and we really don't have the time to do too much stuff to get it done. So either them diamond piers or the precast concrete looks like the way to go. All right, I am going to do some research on that tonight, and hopefully we can come up with a plan by tomorrow. And if we need holes dug, he can do that while he's digging these holes. So, if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.